얘로 배치우면 안 되는데. 되게 잘 튀겨진 것 같아.
Today I visited this lovely restaurant near Itaewon Station called Aranmo니움. I think it's supposed to be a Latin American name. On naver search engine it says 한남동에 위치한 아름다운 분위기의 이탈리안 레스토랑이라고 합니다. 라틴어로 좋아, harmony라는 이름의 의미를 가지고 있는 아르모니움에서는 현대적이고 고급스러운 이탈리안 음식을 맛볼 수 있다고 합니다. Now let's get going and find out what they're about. When we were filming, we strictly followed the COVID rules imposed by the government and did not forget to wash our hands and use hand sanitizers. We could make reservations through the Naver booking system for this restaurant as well, and there is no reservation deposit. On the menu, we could see lunch and dinner course, appetizers, main dishes, desserts, and drinks. We ordered 5 different dishes, including the Mediterranean grilled octopus seasoned with radish sauce. I might be wrong, but there's a Spanish name for it, which is polvo asado. I might be wrong. The Iberico steak, Arancini, Arancini, whichever way you pronounce it, a mushroom cream gnocchi, and lastly, tiramisu. We first got bread as the appetizer, and normally one would expect olive oil and balsamic vinegar to accompany the bread, but what we were served kind of tasted different, and I think they included anchovy sauce, which I really liked. Agree or disagree, I believe that you can tell if it's a good restaurant or not by eating the pre-served bread.
얘로 배치우면 안 되는데.
Then we were served with our first main dish, one of the signature menus of this restaurant, the Mediterranean grilled octopus. I never knew that the texture of an octopus could be so different depending on the ways that it's cooked. And for this dish, instead of the chewy texture that I was expecting, it was more like a really soft texture. And if I were to compare this texture to that of some other food, it would be a potato, quite literally. The cauliflowers and mushrooms were cooked nicely as well, and if you eat them with the octopus together, it's just really amazing. My sister said this was her favourite out of all dishes. Next up on the table was the arancini. Arancini is the name for the deep-fried Italian risotto balls of cooked rice with savoury fillings that are coated with breadcrumbs. This plate was served with 3 different types of sauce, including the spinach sauce, tomato sauce, and the last one, I'm not quite sure. For me, I really enjoyed the food.
되게 잘 튀겨진 것 같아.
But there was just one thing that, because the price is really expensive, I felt like there should be something more special. The next dish served was the mushroom cream gnocchi. For my first video, I revealed to you that I'm like a mushroom lover, so gnocchi is actually one of my favorite dishes. Gnocchi is a dish of little dumplings made majorly from potatoes, flour, or a combination of these ingredients with other ingredients. This one, I enjoyed it as well, but I think the taste was like one-dimensional. This probably sounds confusing, but say like there are several layers of flavor for certain dishes, but this one was like one layer that is just mushroom cream. So once again, I really liked the food, but it was really basic. Then one of the signature menus of this restaurant, the Iberico steak, was served. This particular steak is carefully cut from the secret spot between the shoulder, ribs and fat back, resulting in a veined, well-marbled steak that stands out for its juicy flavor and tenderness. It is also called a pork skirt steak because of its similarities to a beef skirt steak.
식감이 다른 고기랑 좀 다른 것 같은데?
탱글탱글하지 않아?
되게 탱글탱글하고.
I liked eating it with salt better than eating it with a given sauce. My sister had to order an aid because it was a bit too greasy for her.
디저트 준비해 주실 수
네,
있어요?
대박이다. 여기 티라미수가 들어가는 너는 정말 진정 밥이다.
느끼한 걸 굉장히 잘 먹는 편이라서 제 가족은 지금 계속 먹는데 계속 김치를 찾고 있네요. 김치와 깍두기.
원래 김치를 많이 좋아하는 편은 아닌데
근데 겉절김치 짱.
Anyways, lastly, the restaurant's signature dessert, tiramisu, was served. And this tiramisu was so good. I will actually come back to this restaurant for this. The cake sheet was so soft, like really, really soft. I mean, come on, doesn't it just look amazing?
방은 너를 춤추게 한다.
The tiny bubbles on top, I don't exactly know what they are, but they tasted like coffee, and the texture of the bubbles, as well as the texture of the coffee crumbles beneath the cake, really made it so much better. Even my sister who doesn't like tiramisu said it's good.